too much protein in your diet can have a detriment to your health and well-being. Hey guys, how's it going? Thomas Grabowski here, founder of the Acne Clear Chef, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I just wanted to make this short video. I'm kind of on the road right now, so I just have my video recording here. But I was kind of just having a little discussion with myself, and I like to have discussions with myself, and mostly it's just sometimes information just starts pouring through me, and I like to share this information with other people. So I'm hoping to share this information on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and give you a little more information about, is protein good for you when it comes to clearing up your skin, or is protein good for you in general, for your health and well-being? So long story short, protein is absolutely essential in your diet, no matter who you are, how old you are, how young you are. I don't care what, a lot of the vegetarian vegan communities may disagree with me on this, but that's just their opinion, and opinions don't change facts. So with that being said, it's super important first and foremost to listen to your body when it comes to diet and nutrition, to your diet. And secondly, it's really important to realize that every body is different, and I mean that as in body, B-O-D-Y. Your body, my body, not everybody, the one word everybody, but every body, every space body is different, because we all digest and metabolize foods differently. The only difference is that some people can digest foods better than others, and some people have maybe a more compromised immune system or compromised digestive system due to stress or illness. But a lot of illnesses can be pinpointed back to high levels of stress, whether that be relationship stress, familial stress, financial stress. Again, relationship stress, I think that's a big one for a lot of people. Finances is a big one for a lot of people. But there are many, many kinds of stressors in our lives. It's really important to consider. Once you address the stressors, it's easier to have a better digestive system in general. So if you are struggling with high stress, it's super important to prioritize de-stressing your life by incorporating meditation, yoga practice, deep breathing I find very helpful, and being out and going outside is a really nice one. But meditation, deep breathing, finding things and activities that help you relax your mind, relax your body, so you can feel better and be your best self. So with that being said, is protein essential to diet? And I believe it is. I believe everybody should be consuming protein on a daily basis, with every meal. Obviously that's not always possible for a lot of people, but for the most, sorry, I was just checking someone out. I know there's a woman in the car, and I just turned my eye and she was doing something, caught my eye. Females always catch my eye. I don't know, always do. It's just a thing. I guess it's just my masculine energy is attracted to feminine energy. I think that's totally fucking acceptable. Like, don't ever let somebody tell you that it's not, because it totally is. Like, checking out women is natural, it's beautiful, and you should allow yourself to do that. Anyways, as I digress here, should protein be in the diet? I absolutely believe protein should be in the diet with every single diet. Now, I was making this comparison between, bodybuilders and powerlifters, people who work out excessively. They use protein. Protein's essential to building muscle, which is super important. You can have some muscle on your body. I don't have a ton of muscle. I have some muscle because I'm not a bodybuilder by any means, but I'm happy with the way I look. And I think that's for a completely other discussion. Like, if you're working out, make sure you're happy with the way you look right now. Because if you don't look happy now, if you're not happy about your body now, then you're not going to be happy with the body you achieve. Even if you do end up achieving it, you're still not going to be happy. So that's super, 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 super important, is learning to, love and accept yourself just the way you are. And I think this is like a very vital message on my YouTube channel, is to really learn to love and accept yourself. Really learn every fucking part of yourself, the good and the bad. Like, there's no bad in you, but learn to love and accept yourself just the way you are. If you're an emotional person, love that. If you are, if you have certain quirks and qualities about you that other people don't like, those are your unique qualities. So it's really important to love and accept yourself in that regard. Now, as I'm going off tangent here, which I usually do because everything kind of runs full circle here, is that protein is essential for bodybuilders and muscle heads, whatever you want to call them, people who are obsessed about themselves. And I don't think it's healthy by any means, but it is essential for our health and well-being. And it's really important to take good care of yourself. Really, really, really good, really important to take care of yourself, especially when it comes to your protein intake, because protein does many things for your diet. Number one, protein is going to help you be more satiated. So what does satiation mean? So satiation means that when you eat protein, it's going to keep you fuller longer. So essentially, you're not going to have as many sugar cravings, you're not going to be as hungry as often, and you're not going to be snacking all the time. And I think that's a big problem with a lot of people, is that they love to snack, they love to eat, and there's nothing wrong with eating, but if it's compulsive, it can be detrimental to your health and well-being. And obviously we don't want that. We want to have satiation in our life, so we want to feel content with our meals. You want to eat something and then have energy throughout the day to do what you need to do. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't have enough protein in their diet, so they'll be quickly hungry 1 to 2 hours after your meal. If you are, then you probably didn't eat enough protein in your meal. So some protein choices that you can incorporate into your diet are things like eggs, fish. You can do dairy, but if you're trying to clear up your skin, I would avoid dairy at all costs, because dairy is an inflammatory food. From my experience, once you've stopped your acne completely, because a lot of times our acne is triggered, I know it's triggered from what we eat. So if you're eating a lot of foods you shouldn't be eating, like I'm going to write a book about this, because I feel like a lot of people don't understand where acne comes from, and there's so much disinformation and the confusion. It's, companies are purposely confusing people and giving false information so they can sell you their products. So when you're confused, you're more likely to trust them because they have a degree or certification to back up their claims, which means fuck all. Show me your before and after photos, show me like where you've been and how you've done it. Because if you haven't cleared up your own skin by your own means, then, then you're not really credible source of information. You're just spewing garbage, because you think you're entitled to something, entitled to money or attention or whatever, or fame, which is bullshit, because our world's full of shit, unfortunately. But yeah, like, don't buy into the bullshit. Like, make sure that if you're learning from somebody, that they're credible and that they've actually experienced acne. That's why I know I'm a credible person, because I've gone through it and I've done things to help myself. And I'm going to write a book about it, because I think it's going to help a lot of people. But the number one, I'd say there's 2 reasons why you're getting acne. Number one is that you're consuming a high amount of gluten/dairy in your diet, which are highly inflammatory foods, especially gluten. Gluten can irritate the gut lining, and it can cause acne breakouts, especially if you're eating a large amount of food. And dairy, I find, is more inflammatory, but they're both equally as inflammatory. I found from my experience, dairy produces a lot of sebum production, the white heads and oily skin. It creates oily skin and a lot of production in the oils in the skin, because it's got a lot of growth hormone and IGF-1, which is responsible for causing that sebum production, causing that excess acne. So you really want to avoid dairy and gluten out of your diet 100%. And number 2 is to get allergy tests done by a naturopath or a registered holistic nutritionist, which sounds amazing. I think I should be a holistic, I kind of am my own holistic nutritionist for my own self. I think everybody's a holistic nutritionist. Once you start experimenting with food and trying this, trying that, you become a nutritionist, because a nutritionist is somebody who not only studies food, but is a nutritionist somebody. So I technically am a holistic nutritionist, not registered. Like, I'm not officially one, but like I believe I have the credibility to be one, because when you start trying different foods, you become a nutritionist, you become a scientist of your own body. And that to me is what a nutritionist is. And I took eating psychology online, which kind of gives me the credentials, I guess, to be a coach. But I truly believe coaching. Hey, that felt good when I said that, coach. I really, really felt good when I said that. So I feel like coaching is something definitely I should be doing. I'm shoulding myself, but it feels right. So it's a good should, I guess. I guess it's kind of a parental, like, go do it, kind of more of an encouraging should. Should is good. Should can be good as long as it's in the other person's best interest. As long as somebody isn't pushing you to do something against what you want to do. If somebody's pushing you to do something and you don't want to do it, that's wrong. But if you're pushing somebody to do something because it's what they want to do and they're just like on the fence about it, you got to kind of give them a little push, and then they'll set sail. Anyway, so is protein good for you? I didn't even get it. I guess I'll have to make a second video about this.